Hey guys, so I went to do the final edit on this video and realized that I deleted it. I'm really tired. So bear with me now. This is going to be an extension off of the weekly energy check-in that I did. So this is for the week of Monday, November 9th to Sunday, the 15th. If you watch this at a later date, just take it for you. Okay, it doesn't have to be specific for this week. It could just be whenever the message is meant to reach you, okay? So the overall message we had this week was step up or miss out, okay? And we're going to dive into this a little bit further by doing a pick a pile reading. So just take a breath, close your eyes. At the end of this little spiel here, you will see the cards pop up on the screen, okay? Whichever pile is drawing to you. So once you have your pile picked, really need to go to bed. Just be sure to check that description box below and you can either fast forward through to your section, or if you want to watch the whole thing through for additional messages, entirely up to you. You are welcome to do that as well. Keep in mind, these are general messages, so this is for the greater collective at this time. We're going to get a little bit more specific with those pick-a piles, but if you are looking for a personal reading into your own personal situation, be sure to visit that link below there, vivaciousfoxhealing.com, to book a personal reading with me. And yeah, with that being said, we will jump right in, guys. Okay, group number one, Tiger's Eye. First and foremost, this is a stone of confidence, decision making, right? So it's all about harnessing this power of trusting yourself and what you want to initiate. I have a feeling for this group of you, a lot of you are being affected by the outside noise, what other people think or have to say, or what their input in whatever this situation is, okay? What do you want to do? Okay. Again, this tiger's eye, this is all about not only gaining that confidence and inner trust and knowing within yourself, but this is a stone of taking action and following up, following through with things. Okay. The biggest thing here for you guys right now is patience. I feel like a lot of you are kind of, it's this thing that's been kind of lingering and trickling in for a while. And I feel like a lot of you are finally just getting to this point where you're just like, all right, you know what, enough. Like, I've done the work. I don't want to do it anymore. It is what it is, kind of thing. But, it's like you're running a marathon and you give up right at the final stretch, right? It's like you can see the finish line there, or maybe you can't quite see it yet. Now, let's look at it this way, okay? You're running this marathon and you've gone through all of it. And then just on the other side of this little hill, that's the finish line. But you give up right as you're about to approach that incline. Little do you know that it's just on the other side. So just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean it's not coming, okay? In fact, it is there. It's just you're being called to have patience in this situation because you're feeling really frustrated right now, okay? Your messages from Spirit in terms of what important, critical, soulful lessons you're learning at this time: gratitude and forgiveness, okay? This is really important because I'm getting the feeling that this sense of gratitude is just being thankful for everything that you already have, right? We can so easily deceive ourselves into thinking we don't have enough, or we should have enough, or we want more. But the thing is that if we actually stop and acknowledge what we already have, you see that you're abundant, right? You can, it's like the difference between, again, that little hill there, the marathon. It's that difference between being on the other side of the hill and not being able to see that finish line versus being up at the top and knowing you're not quite there yet, but being able to see it, okay? It's not far away, but you have to take a moment to be grateful and thankful for what you already have, right? I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents, because this is an opportunity coming in for you. But the thing is that your impatience and your lack of drive, it's like you guys are just throwing the towel in even after you've come so far. That is what is hindering you right now. There's no physical obstacle in your way. There is nothing standing in your way right now other than you and your own mindset, okay? Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Okay, in particular, it doesn't even have to be something romantic, but if you're waiting for something to flow into you and you so want it, but deep down, for whatever reason, you believe that it's not coming, and if you believe that it's not coming for you, then that's your problem. Because if you believe it's not coming for you, then something deep inside of you is telling you that I am not deserving of this, which just isn't true, okay? There is the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer. It's called the Ho'oponopono prayer. And it's 4 simple lines, okay? It's just, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Repeat this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, okay? Forgive yourself for potentially your impatience here. Forgive others for the wrongfulness that's come into, that's affecting you in this situation, right? Maybe, just using an example, maybe if this is something to do with romance and you're waiting for that right person to come in, but you're harboring fear and resentment from a past relationship, it's time to forgive and let go, okay? If this is about, maybe you have a creative project that you really want to see get off the ground and it's just not getting there because you've done the trial and error and it just hasn't gone right. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made in the past, because you just never know. It could be that 101th time, I don't know, that you just hit the nail on the head, okay? Forgive and let go here. You need to work through your fears, and nothing is yet set in stone. These are the messages from the moon for you, okay? I think that this is really important here, okay? New moon in Scorpio and then mutable moon here. Work through your fears. We're in Scorpio season right now. Scorpio season is all about that death and transformation, right? Releasing the old to make room for the new to come in. But if you're so blocked out by your fear, then you can't move forward, right? It's like pretending that something doesn't exist doesn't make it go away. You need to identify it and face those fears head on in order for you to move forward, okay? Work through them here, because honestly, even looking at this spread here at the bottom, we had the overall energy, which was step up or miss out with the Devil card, the Hermit in reverse, and the Fool card in reverse. And there's your energy again, clarified by the Devil, okay? You could be a Capricorn yourself or dealing with a Capricorn with that Devil card there being presented twice. But basically, right, work through your fears here. Whatever it is that is binding you right now, you got to look at it this way, okay? It's like you're sitting there and you're holding yourself back from making some sort of decision or some sort of action to move yourself forward. And it's because you're going into this mode of being like, well, maybe I say this and I get rejected, or maybe I do this and it doesn't plan out the way that I thought it would. Okay, maybe it won't, right? Maybe it doesn't go the way that you were hoping it would or planning for it to. But the thing is, if you don't try, you never know, right? You need to work through your fears here. You need to release these burdens, because it doesn't even matter if, again, it's like you can try and try and try and try and get knocked out each time, but you never know if that one last chance, that one last opportunity, or that one last course of action was going to be the end all be all for you, right? The solution to everything. You need to release these burdens, because right now you're sitting too much in the fear of what might go wrong, instead of in that mode of, well, if I don't try, I'll never know. And you know what? I'm going to tell you one thing. When we take that leap of faith and when we put our trust and faith into the universe and we go into things with the intention of gratitude and forgiveness, things just pour in for us, okay? That's when things flow and work forward, and work with us in this momentum and in this energy, okay? Emperor card, you need to get your confidence here, guys. Whatever this is that's really messing with you, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but fuck all that outside noise. That's because I get the feeling for you guys, a lot of this is outside noise, or maybe it's that you've been thinking or feeling and living in a certain behavior in a certain way for so long that now it's hard to acknowledge and embrace that shift and that change. But if you don't let this go, you are going to lack confidence. And I hate to say, but there will be regret here, okay? You need to release these burdens, whatever these deep-rooted thoughts, habits, patterns, behaviors that are holding you back from actually stepping forward to what you really want. This is the sad story, okay? Because as far as I can see, when you step into Emperor mode, when you release these burdens and you break these karmic bonds, you step into Emperor mode, and nothing gets in the Emperor's way, okay? He will set fire to the ground and everything in front of him just to clear a path to get to where he is going, okay? He is all four kings rolled into one. He's the Emperor. Need I say more, right? Like, I don't know how else to explain that other than the Emperor is the Emperor, right? He is confident. He is powerful. You have so much more within you than you even give yourself credit for, okay? This devil energy, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. Spirit, can we clarify what these burdens, this devil card and the 10 of Wands, please and thank you. Ten of Wands clarified by the 10 of Wands. You guys, okay. Yeah, I do, I felt like there was something romantic going on here. And it doesn't have to be romantic, okay? But something right now has kind of knocked you off your course, because it's like you had this vision of, you know, the dream home and the dream job and the dream husband or wife and kids and yada, 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 right? But something didn't go according as planned. But you have to remember that always, rejection is a form of protection. So if something did not work out for you, there's a reason for that. It did not work out for you because the universe is trying to show you that you are actually deserving something so much greater than you were actually anticipating, okay? And I will say one thing, if the universe and God is making you wait for something, be surprised. You will be surprised, pleasantly surprised, okay? 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you think that somebody slipped away from you, or that your dream and your vision of this castle on the hill has disappeared from you. It has not. You are carrying burdens from your past. You're so worried about how things unfolded previously that you don't see how they can possibly change in the future. And that is your biggest downfall here, guys. You got to step into that Emperor mode. Okay, guys, I hope you have a great week. Best of luck. If you would like to dive in a little bit further with a personal reading, be sure to check out that link below and we can look into your specific situation. And yeah, just keep moving, guys. Have a good one. Okay, group number 2, let's do this. All right, you guys had the stone Lepidolite. All right, this is a very calming stone. All right, this is about soothing energies, releasing stress, bringing inner calm and balance, okay? Bringing a sense of peace. Because right now you guys are not at peace, okay? And part of that, the reason for that is that you need to bring at this time more pleasure and joy into your life, okay? This is the biggest obstacle standing in your way right now. It's this lack of pleasure. So in terms of needing to step up or miss out, it's like you guys have been taking life way too seriously, okay? Way too seriously. And it's not a bad thing to be focused on, doing good in your life or trying to manifest things into your life. But the thing is that the way that it works, okay, manifestation is kind of like, a dog, right? Like a playful dog. So if you chase after that dog, what's it going to do? It's going to run away, right? It's going to start playing games with you. But the second you just kind of stop and sit and you're at peace with the situation, or you at least try to make peace with the situation, that dog comes to you, right? As soon as you stop chasing it, that is when it comes to you. All right? So bringing pleasure into your life, because right now the biggest challenge that you guys are facing at this time, like where you guys are currently at in your soul growth, is denial and indecision. All right, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness, right? It's like, let's say you get into an argument with your mom, dad, partner, friend, whoever, whatever, right? And you become reactive in that situation. And what happens when we become reactive? We often say things we don't mean, and then we feel really guilty and shitty about the things we say, right? But instead of living in that state of fear and doubt and regret, or remorse for the way that we've handled the situation, it's going, okay, I was obviously triggered by what they said. Why was that a trigger for me? Why did I react and respond the way that I did? Okay? Because the thing is that when we do that, we realize, well, first of all, we're human, right? We have these human emotions. And if somebody says or does something to us that kind of disrupts our inner peace and our inner balance, yeah, we become reactive, right? We become defensive. So it's like by bringing in this sense of awareness into the situation, it brings that peace, that calming pleasure and understanding back to the situation, right? Because you realize, yeah, I reacted. I don't really like the way I reacted, but I reacted for these reasons. Okay, so now the next time that this situation happens, if it were to reoccur, you can look at it and go, okay, I know this is a sore spot for me. I know this is a trigger for me. What is this person trying to say to me? How do I perceive this situation in myself? And how am I therefore going to react in this situation, okay? It's not about projecting it and just getting mad and being like, you said this and this made me do that and la 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 la. It's more so sitting there and going, okay, something doesn't feel right. How do I react to this in the best way possible? Okay, bringing awareness into these situations. The indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. This is what I keep going back to, that feeling of, just taking life too seriously. Indecision. It's like, well, maybe if I do this, this will happen. I don't know why I'm going so tongue-tied. Or it's like, if I do this will happen. And it leaves you in the state. It's like you're trying to unravel and unfold so much of a situation without actually paying attention to what is being blatantly, obviously placed right in front of you, right? What is in your current awareness? What do you or do you not have control over right now? Because with this indecision, I feel like that fear, even with that denial, again, is coming in here, because it's like, but if I do this, then, I don't know what the potential outcome will be. Whereas if I just stay with where I'm at, I'm not overly happy with what I got right now, but I at least know what to expect. That is that devil energy, right? Remember what the overall message here is. It's step up or miss out. If you're sitting there kind of going, then you're going to forever be sitting in this same spot. Try to think about it for a minute in this sense. It's like every single situation that you've been in your life, and I'm talking about, let's look at the big ones. It doesn't have to be a big one, but let's, for example, look at a big one, like deciding what what career path you want to take, right? I'm sure there was a lot of processing going through it, and not always do we go according to what we truly want to do, but that's part of the decision, right? So it's like, okay, I need to pick a career and a path to go down in life. My parents say that I should be a doctor or a lawyer or this, and this, but really, I want to help pets. I want to be a vet. I want to, work in a zoo or do whatever it is, right? It's how, when you were put in that moment where you had to make that decision, which way did you go, right? Because often if we do the things that other people convince us of or try to manipulate our decisions around, we often get left feeling incomplete because we didn't listen to our inner logic and peace, right? We went after what everybody else thought was the right decision for us or the right way to go. Whereas if you pursue something right off the bat that you're passionate about, often more times than not, and like it could be that your career changes later on down the road, but you follow your heart to do something that really abides with you and what your inner soul and heart wants and needs, right? So it's again going into this mode of just pinpointing what the obvious is that's being presented in front of you and cutting out the outside noise and focusing in and making a decision, okay? It's time to take action and your commitment is being tested. These two cards here, I think, are incredibly powerful because it is time to take action, right? That indecisive back and forthness, you need to take action, you need to make movement or forever kind of be in this, right? Nobody wants to be stuck there. Nobody wants to feel stagnant. But the thing is that this is challenging because your commitment is being tested in a way here, right? You're being given this fork in the road of, all right, go down the path that you know is familiar and you know exactly what to expect, and then you'll just come right back to this same situation later on down the road. Or, hey, here's an opportunity being presented to you. What if you take that road less often traveled and ventured, right? You don't know what to expect. You don't know what's waiting on the other side. But not only is it something new, but it's something that, that unpredictability is often the one thing that leads towards greatness, right? Because you don't even know what you're going to stumble on. And even just signaling to the universe that, hey, I don't know what to expect, but I'm going to take this step in this direction with you. That all of a sudden starts unraveling a number of opportunities for you, right? Because you're trusting, because that's how the law of attraction works. There's a need to bring more balanced energy into this situation, okay? Bring more of a nurturing, I just heard take care of yourself, okay? I think that this energy here is really putting me in this mindset of people pleasing, and that's not always a bad thing. But what about you? What can you do to build your own life in the way that you want to see it constructed? You have the energy of the magician here. The magician is the manifestor of the tarot. He snaps his fingers and poof, there it is, right? He or she has all the skills, tools, and abilities that he or she needs to manifest this life that he wants or she wants. The problem is that you're not taking that time out to bring pleasure and balance into your life, and that's what you're being called to do here with the Four of Swords. This is the card of meditation, contemplation, okay? You need to have more balance here, and that balance, it's like sometimes we get in this mindset of like, well, I just have to keep going until something happens. It's like, no, maybe the exact thing that you need to do is actually just take a time out to sit there and reevaluate everything, bring everything into awareness so that you can look at things very logically and emotionally to move forward. Okay, because it's like this time out, this little step away is actually what moves you towards calmer waters, okay? It's taking this break and bringing this pleasure and joy back into your life and moving away from this back and forthness, right? Just, you know what? Put a hold on the decision that you're making for a second to take a step back. And then that's when you come back and take action, because it's in the present moment. It's in that stillness that we find our answers and the solutions to our problems. Spirit, can we clarify this Queen of Pentacles, please, and thank you? Can we clarify this Queen of Pentacles, please, and thank you, Spirit? It's all pretty straightforward here, but let's pull. Ha! Queen of Pentacles clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. She also represents creativity, okay? There is a need here to just, again, it's like really take a moment to step back and reevaluate so that you can approach things from a place of good intentions and goodwill, okay? Because I feel like you're just kind of throwing darts at a board right now without actually taking aim and direction and focus. And that's where that indecisive energy and that back and forthness keeps coming, okay? Because you're lacking that confidence right now to move forward and make a decision. That time out to really think about and really evaluate and bring all these potential options and possibilities into awareness and work through them one by one, that's what allows you to come back up into this upright position of the Queen of Wands, right? Where it is this confident, passionate, fiery energy, because then once you have that momentum behind you, you can really take the time to carefully place things in order the way that you want them to fall and to go, okay? All right, guys, I hope you have a great week. If you are interested in diving in with a personal reading, be sure to check out the website linked below, vivaciousfoxhealing.com. And yeah, best of luck this week. I will see you soon. Bye. All right, group 3, Moonstone. The Moonstone, and it's so funny because all the stones are they screamed out for these pick-a-pile selections, but I love the Moonstone because it represents intuition. It helps to stabilize and calm fears, worries, anxieties, okay? It allows you to tap into this inner source, this inner power you have to bring about the abundance and the security and the confidence and the inner power that you have within you, okay? Keep this in mind. If you can get your hands on some of this will be a really good stone to carry around with you for the coming week. I don't know why I almost feel like I want to tear up right now. Anyways, let's move in. Probably because, group 3, you guys got some energies here, okay? Overall, what you guys are experiencing right now is there's a lot of fear and worry with you, okay? Again, the overall message for this week was step up or miss out. And I get the feeling that you guys, it's like you want to move forward and you want to step towards something new, but there is just so much doubt and fear clouding you right now. But what you're not seeing is that there's something new actually being birthed here, basically, right? There's something new here growing into fruition. But the problem is that you're lacking this masculine energy right now. And it's actually hilarious that you guys got this card on top of the Moonstone as well, because in the booklet for this, it literally says the words, step up. There's a need to step up, right? I feel like you're very far over into the feminine energy right now, which is a little bit more emotional, but it's not a bad thing. It's just, I think you're really feeding into your empathetic side, okay, maybe a little bit too much, thinking about what others have to say or what they might think and feel, and allowing that to affect how you think and feel, All right. There's a need to bring in that masculine energy, that confidence, that strength, that need and want to move forward here. Okay. Because again, like I said, even the way that this is depicted, I'm just noticing it now, right? Moonstone represents new beginnings. And here it is. It's like in the fear and in the chaos, there's actually a light. There's actually something growing and coming, that's slowly coming to fruition, okay? And it is scary because change is scary, right? Where you guys are at right now, it's like the most critical thing that the universe is trying to drive in for you right now, guys, is releasing this sense of worry that you have, okay? I feel like you guys, maybe you're an air sign or something, you know, where you're just like constantly thinking. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome, because it doesn't, right? If anything, it just keeps you still. And we already know the overall message for this week is that you need to step up and you need to release this fear and you need to move away from these worries, or else you're just going to keep on that karmic merry-go-round, right? There's a lot of heavy energy here for you guys, okay? It's time to release, literally, it's time to release negativity. And it's funny because full moon in Scorpio, we're actually in Scorpio season right now, okay? And Scorpio's season is all about death and transformation, death and rebirth, okay? And here it is, like we said, rebirth, something new is here, right? It's like in the darkness and in the fear, even though you don't know what to expect and you're terrified and you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna curl up in a little ball and stay here and hope everything gets better. Really, the reality of it is that when you release that fear, or when you kind of acknowledge that fear, I should say, and look at it in the face and say, hey, you know what? You've kept me here for too long. I'm not going back on this merry-go-round. I'm going this way. I'm trying the roller coaster down the road, right? Or down the waves there. That's when things start to shift for you. It's time to release negativity. And then I love that you guys got this too. Full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. It's almost like this fear that, you know, well, why should I try? Because I know I'm not going to be able to do it, right? I get the feeling that a lot of you maybe sit there and kind of fantasize about, you know, oh, like, look what they did, and wouldn't that be cool, and wouldn't that be amazing? Why not you? Why not you, right? Like, think about that for a second. Why do we get it in our heads that just because, like, we see somebody else doing something that's really cool, it's like, what makes them so different than you that they can do it and you can't? I'll tell you what it is. It's a state of mind. That person looked at fear in the face, and excuse my language, told it to go fuck itself, right? Whereas you are still allowing yourself to be held a prisoner in those thoughts and in that fear. So what happens if you turn around and again go to fear? You realize, I am good enough and I can do those things and I will do those things. And now all of a sudden, here's that Fool card in the upright, right? Taking a leap of faith into the unknown. The thing about this, even though it's going into the unknown, the Fool card is an amazing omen for new, wonderful opportunities and beginnings. But the thing is that you can't utilize the energy of the Fool card when you aren't willing to take that risk or take that leap of faith. You have to be willing to step in and step up, or let it pass you by and wait for the next opportunity to come your way, right? But I'll tell you one thing, the way that karmic cycles work is that every time you dismiss an opportunity, and there's this, you know, take it with a grain of salt, because sometimes we need to let an opportunity pass us by because we still have a lot of really important lessons and values and things to learn and gain before we step forward. But if you are ready and you have done all the work, and Spirit and the universe is saying, here you go. Here's a new opportunity served to you on a silver platter, and you go, I don't know what's on the other side, so nah, I don't want it. Not only do you go into the state of potential regret over that decision, right? But then you have to repeat this karmic cycle. And I'll tell you one thing, the lesson gets harder and harder every time, okay? Because if you don't step up and step out of that comfort zone, then something is eventually going to come around to really push and force you into that new direction. And while it seems scary and it's rough and it can be painful, it's ultimately always for your highest good, right? This is an interesting energy here, okay? I really strongly feel like you guys just need to walk away from this nonsense, okay? Whatever self-imprisoning thoughts you're having, I don't know why I'm going with self-imprisoning thoughts, because I think it's like, again, I think there's heavy influence from outside opinions and perspectives here, but now they've kind of just taken place and rooted within your own psyche, that now you're struggling to walk away from the drama when that's exactly what you need to do. Okay? I want you to think about it in this way. It's like, all right, we know that you're being given an opportunity here, right? Spirit's literally saying, here's an opportunity, take it or miss out. But you're put in this mode of like, yeah, but I don't know what's on the other side. What if, hypothetically speaking, you just go, you know what? I know what's going to happen if I keep going down this same road, but I don't know what's going to happen down this way, but that's kind of new and exciting. What is the worst case scenario that could happen? What is the absolute worst case scenario that could happen, right? Maybe it's probably not actually that bad. Now think about it. Think about that only for a split second and then go, but what is the best case scenario here? What could potentially be waiting for me? What have you been trying to manifest that you've been waiting on? And now imagine that maybe that is what is potentially waiting for you. But it's taken you stepping out of your comfort zone and moving away from your fear to get that. We can manifest all we want, but until we show the universe that we're really ready for it and that we believe we're deserving of it, that manifestation is just going to keep kind of hovering around us and waiting for us to figure it out, right? The thing is that when you walk away from this nonsense and you step inwards and you move towards this moment of solidarity to really identify what it is you want, that's when the enlightenment happens, right? The hangman mode. It's like walking away to go into this mode of serious, deep contemplation. He's freely hanging himself there, right? It's not like he's tied and bound to it. He can step down anytime he wants. He's just not doing it because he's trying to gain all the information, all the different opinions and perspectives and information that he needs to gather before moving forward. But you can't collect everything from all sides and all different perspectives until you walk away from whatever it is that's fearfully holding you back. Because I'm telling you, once you go into this hangman mode, you'll probably sit there a little bit too, being like, okay, now I'm really thinking about it. What is the best and worst case scenario of both sides of this, right? And then poof, all of a sudden, oh, I just had an epiphany. What if this, and this? Or what if I step out? What if I've been the one obstacle that's been standing in my way this entire time? And if I just take that leap of faith and take that extra step forward, then I actually get to bring in everything I've been manifesting. A new way of thinking and seeing and perceiving the things around you, okay? Seeing things in a new light here. Spirit, can you clarify this Page of Swords here for us? Can you please clarify? It's like you have this epiphany. I said you have this epiphany, a new way of seeing, right? It's like all of a sudden you start realizing, oh, this is what was holding me back from this new abundant beginning that I've been waiting for. Oh, all the seeds that I planted and all the things I've been waiting to see come to fruition are actually growing around me. I just didn't take the time to acknowledge it or perceive it in that way. Stepping out and finally making a decision, realizing that you were in fact the thing standing in your way this entire time. Now you're seeing clearly. Now you're making a decision to move forward. And there you go, starting to set the wheels in motion by bringing love into this situation, opening that lines of communication, opening that thought of, you know what, I can do this. Me. Just like that person that I've been fantasizing and watching and seeing all the cool shit that they're doing. Me, I can do that too. All right, guys. If you are interested in diving in with a personal reading to look a little bit further into your own specific situation, please be sure to check out the website link below, vivaciousfoxhealing.com. And with that being said, I will chat with you soon. Bye.